Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and a very warm good evening from the UK. My name is Dr. Madelenechan and I'm going to be with you for the next 40 minutes on USA Global TV and Radio. So a warm welcome to our YouTube, USA Global TV and Radio, our LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook, as well as we are a podcast as well. So for today, we have the Film and Music Show. And for today's guest, oh, by the way, first of all, it's Happy New Year. It's 2025 and it's celebrationary because this is the first show for the Film and Music Show for 2025. And I'm so happy to be having a beautiful and very talented singer, performer, artist. And his name is Keith James. So the Film and Music Show, welcome to Keith James, a singer in the UK who is phenomenally talented, but I'll let Keith James tell and reveal all. Let's bring on Keith James.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi.
And whereabouts are you located in the UK?
I'm located in Ipswich, Suffolk, on the East Coast.
Fantastic, from Ipswich, Suffolk. And did you have a lovely New Year's?
Lovely. Christmas and New Year. I love Christmas.
Yes.
I prefer
absolutely.
Christmas to New Year, but they both were lovely.
Absolutely. So, Keith, with all our guests on the Film and Music Show, we ask them, we give them like 2-3 minutes just to express to our viewers who you are and what you do.
Okay. Basically, I'm a solo artist, singer. I can play the guitar, but I choose not to on stage, purely to concentrate on vocals as opposed to concentrating on both guitar and vocals. And I find concentrating on vocals is more important to me. I play sort of nearly every weekend, and some weekdays, in various sort of clubs around the UK. I have played abroad, but not anymore. I don't do that anymore. I just stick to the UK. But I'm not saying no to the abroad. It's just that I happen to be with the UK at the moment, in the UK at the moment. My genre is really 50s, 60s, and some 70s. And I don't particularly delve into the modern music because I feel more comfortable in the era I'm in my genre. So that's basically me. I've got, I am fully self-contained, so I can go to the club with my own PA. I'm highly critical on sound, the sound I actually produce for the audience. And I'm very, very fussy on the vocal side of it because basically that is my instrument, my vocals. And I play to high quality backing tracks. And that's basically it, really, to be honest. That's how I do my music, and it's my thing that I really enjoy. So that's it from me.
Well, that's fantastic. That's a wonderful intro and very professional. You are an absolute professional in
Thank
every
you.
way. But as with all our guests, Keith, I'm just going to ask you to visualize and go into a time machine, and let's pop into this time machine. I want you to go back to the point of where your heart just opened up to music, to
Right.
an artist that you just resonated, and it almost took you on the journey, that brought you on the journey.
Okay. Well, it's like most people, you know, you're influenced by your parents. And my parents used to listen to highly professional singers, like obviously Elvis, Engelbert Humperdinck, Tom Jones. You know, the ones who are what I would term as technically singers, proper singers. And I suppose I wanted to be able to sing like them. But it's like everything when you first start, you make mistakes on the way, really. And you think you're a singer and you're not a singer, really. You're literally just making a sound. So it was a long journey for me to be able to learn how to sing first. But the songs that these artists actually came up with, I mean, I've only named what, 3 people. I mean, there are loads of other people. You know, you've got the Frank Sinatra, the Dean Martins, you've got, you know, top artists, but they're not just singers, they're entertainers as well. And when I go out and sing, I don't just sing to my audience. In other words, I'm not a pub singer. I don't stand up there and sing to backing tracks. I like to engage with my audience because I want to entertain them. So I'm with my audience when I'm actually singing. I want to be amongst them, not all the time, but a lot of the time I like to be with my audience. And then a lot of the times, if I do a powerful ballad, for instance, I will be on stage performing the powerful ballad. But yeah, my influences have come from those sort of singers, the top singers who can sing, actually sing. So that's
Yeah,
that.
and you've mentioned some phenomenal legends. I mean, unfortunately, the way that the world is, they've gone to the other side of the veil.
Unfortunately, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
their songs live on, and it's people like yourself with that. Obviously, you must have a wonderful voice to be able to sing songs from Engelbert Humperdinck, and of course, I looked at your resume, the fact of Neil Diamond. Neil
yes.
Diamond, to me, is an absolute phenomenal singer and
Oh yeah.
such an artist. And for you to sing Neil Diamond songs, that to
Oh yeah.
me is an absolute honor to actually be talking to someone of your caliber, and the fact that you sing that style and the way
Well,
that then you can
yeah.
go on and so can you tell
Well,
me about Neil Diamond? What made you feel, you know what, I think I want to sing Neil Diamond songs. I think I want to
you
try evolve it into
yeah.
something.
Well, Neil Diamond has a strange voice, if I have to say that. Hell of a good voice. Hell of a good voice. And a lot of people, when they listen to him, they think, "Oh, that's going to be an easy song to sing," but it's not really. If you want to sing a song like Neil Diamond, you've got to try and nail it properly. And I just love that low type of voice he's got, and then he can take it up and move it up higher if he needs to. But the song, I mean, that man is the hits he's had is unbelievable. And one of the, and I don't understand why. but one of the songs that everyone, if I ask my audience, do you like Neil Diamond? They'll all go, yeah. What song would you like me to sing? The first song that they think of is Sweet Caroline. Why? I don't know. It's just been made popular by something. I don't know. I think it was something to do with football. But all those lovely songs he's done, Forever in Blue Jeans, Hello, all that, beautiful songs. And it's sad to think that I believe he's got. I have to be corrected on this. I think he's got Parkinson's, which is restricting his performance, I suppose. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But Neil Diamond is just one of the many great singers that have been out there and are still trying to do it. There's so many in the 50s, for instance, late 50s, fantastic singers. And then if you go into the 60s, we've got the Motowns. And when you go into Motown, you're talking about some incredible singers there within the groups, like the Four Tops, the Temptations, that sort of thing, really. Yeah.
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. There's a bit of a delay there in time.
Sorry.
I was going to say absolutely with Neil Diamond, with Sweet Caroline, it's very much associated with pop culture. So it's almost people have a few jars, a few drinks, a few beers. Next minute, but it's uplifting. So
it is very.
You don't have Sweet Caroline and someone's, like bar brawls or something. They're really, really happy and they're celebrating. I mean,
all the time. Brilliant.
Yeah, but
it is good.
But it would be the fact that you sing Neil Diamond and Cliff Richard and Engelbert Humperdinck and the Platters. That's quite a diverse.
Wow.
And of course, the Rat Pack, that Dean Martin.
Yes.
That's a diverse of different genres. Vocally.
Yeah, it is.
How do you prepare? How do you prepare, Keith? Your vocals.
It's very, oh dear. Do you know, in my back garden, I've got a shed where I take a little speaker and a microphone and my iPad, and I go there and I practice. And when I say practice, I practice vocally as opposed to just doing the song. And if you're doing the Platters, it's a different mindset to singing Engelbert Humperdinck, for instance. So your mindset's got to be completely different, the way you approach it and the way you actually carry out that sort of song. I mean, they did a song called, I think it's called Only You. And that's falsetto, everything. You have to sing everything, chest voice. And it's very, very difficult. Roy Orbison, another character. Oof. I mean, he had a voice, that was unbelievably high. So when I can't do all of his songs, I have to admit, it's too much for me, too high. But again, you go into falsetto, then you go into your chest voice, and that's what I do when I go to the shed. I practice, my singing, technically singing. And I have to do that because when you go live on stage, if you haven't done your practice, you've had it, really. You make a fool of yourself.
Oh, I absolutely agree
not what
with
I want
you.
to do. Yeah,
exactly. Because what they don't realize, I mean, I'm a singer and I'm a teacher, songwriting teacher, a singing teacher as well. But what they seem to realize is that when you start singing, people are listening that first song, and if you're out of key and you're not warmed up, you've had it. You've lost it, haven't you? Have you ever had that experience, Keith, where you've got a full room and for some reason you go on the stage and you start the first song and suddenly there's either a technical problem or there's something with the voice doesn't seem to adjust?
Well, I'll tell you what, I have been to a few gigs and I've gone on there, and in my first set, after about 10 songs, my voice cracked. And I knew I had another 2 45-minute spots to do as well. not to mention finishing my first set. So once my voice cracked, I had to quickly try and sing songs in a different way, because you can't sing the high notes anymore, because I don't know how to correct it live on stage. It's very, very difficult. So I've had that a few times. And if I haven't sung for, I don't know, say 2-3 weeks, and I try and go back and sing, and you try and do a live gig, it's just about guaranteed my voice is going to crack. And I've had that happen quite a few times. As to technical issues, yes, I have had, but not often, not very often. I have got quite very good equipment, actually. I've spent thousands on my equipment, so it's kept me going for a long, long time. But it's the throat. You have to be warmed up. You have to do all the right things, or you're going to fail, basically. And sometimes I fail, even though I have prepared. And if my voice cracks, I've had it. For sure, I've had it.
Yeah, and that's incredible. Also, Keith, I was going to say, you know, when you're singing and you're performing, and let's say you're just in that moment and being that moment of the artist and of you just singing in your moment. Are you aware sometimes things are happening? Like there could be something happening that's, or are you so that in the audience, or are you just so in that moment that it's just you and the audience, but not actually aware of what's actually happening outside the audience?
No. I'm very aware of my audience. I'm one of the very, very few artists on the circuit who go to a club and I don't have a list. I do not have a list. So you could hear me say this Saturday, next Saturday you'll go. You will not hear the same songs in the same order. So what I do, I know what song I'll start with. So from that song, I'm looking at the audience and I'm weighing them up. And then I choose my song while I'm halfway through that first song. So I'd never have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 list. Never. I never know what song I'm going to do next. It's only by looking at my audience and, you know, weighing them up basically and seeing what they want. Because you may be singing a slow song, but they may not want a slow song next. So you've got to adapt. And that's why I never have a list. And there's not many people I know that do the way I do it. And it's harder work for me. It's easier with a list. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't do it that way.
So your song, your archive of song, your repertoire of songs must be quite vast. How many songs up to date do you know?
Oh my goodness. on my laptop, I must have about 400 or 500 songs. But I don't do them all the time, you see. So, you know, you go to a club and they'll want certain songs, and a lot of clubs want dancing, but there'll be other clubs they'll go and they want to hear you actually sing. So they'll actually sit there and watch you, and I can tell what they're doing, what they want to do. And they want to watch to see if you're going to sing the song correctly and well. And that's the thing that really is really the enjoyment for me, is if I can pull off the song, any song I sing, technically well. And when I say well, I mean, not flat or anything. It's all got to be on keys. Everything's got to be right. So that's the challenge for me. And that's why I never take a guitar on stage with me, because I'm concentrating so much on my vocals and the technical way I'm bringing that vocal across to the audience, basically, and how I'm connecting with them.
That's an extensive songbook, collection of songs. So 4 to 500 songs. Yeah. How do you commit to memory? How do you memorize these songs?
Oh,
Is there a formula?
No,
Can you
there
share with
isn't.
us?
I have
There
no,
isn't?
no, there isn't. I have got the worst memory in the world. I'm really bad at memorizing lyrics, to be fair. So my laptop, not laptop, I use an iPad. My iPad, the app I use on the iPad, actually has the lyrics, but I'm not actually singing the song and looking at the lyrics. It is more of a, I don't know, something that's a comfort thing for me. So I've got it there, and I only periodically glance at it, and I'll know the next line, if you see what I mean. But I'm not one of these guys who look at a sheet of music and then I'm singing and reading the music, if you see what I mean. I'm not doing that. I'm looking at my audience, I'm interacting with them, and only every now and then, and no one knows, I'm glancing at my lyrics. But I'm terrible at remembering lyrics. I can tell you, I must be honest, I'm really, really bad at
I
that. Must be
absolutely
my age.
resonate with you. No, it's not. I've always been the same as well. It's taken me ages to memorize lyrics and that. And even though the songs that you really like you're singing in the shower or something, or singing to the radio,
Yeah.
when it comes to performing, and I'm sure you
Mm.
find this, you have a block.
Yeah, no.
There's a
You
block.
it's because you're anxious and nervous. And I think that's why. And sometimes when I'm singing a song, I'm thinking about the next song I'm going to sing. And that's the danger where you lose your lyrics. And you think, oh, what's my next line? I forgot that. So that is a bit of a danger, but I get away with it. So I'm okay. You'd never know. I was glancing at my lyrics. So
An absolutely true professional, Keith. And let's say you're performing and suddenly you make a mistake, but how do you manage? Because the audience don't know you made that mistake, unless it's a really well-known song you sing. They don't
yeah,
know.
that's right. No, they haven't got a clue. In fact, I have played to audiences, and if I sang the song backwards, I don't think they'd notice on some of them. But um, yes, you do make mistakes, and you get timing mistakes, no matter how long you've practiced that song. Um, there's something that goes on, and you've made a mistake. And I just, what I do is I just wait for the next sort of chorus bit to come along, and then I go into it. Or sometimes I do make up the words. Not often, to be honest. I do make it up.
Improvisation.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, all the top singers, they all used to use monitors with their words coming up, but you never saw them.
Oh,
Dean
I never
Martin
knew.
was famous for that. He always used lyrics, and so did Frank Sinatra. No
I
one knew
never
that,
knew
but
that.
they did. You look at some of his videos, and he's looking at the lyrics. He can't remember them either.
I never knew that at
Yeah,
all. Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
that's
because
true. Honestly.
how do these artists remember? Do you know, I never knew that. I never knew that. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, if you look at these artists on TV, they go on TV and they sing one song. I have to go on stage and I sing for 3 hours, say 2, 3 hours. So there's a multiple amount of songs. These big artists go on for one song. So it's easy to remember one song, but not
That's
easy to remember everything. And the genre I cover, there's so many that it is more difficult to learn the lyrics, I have to say.
that's Keith, that's a really long set. Usually a set is 2 45 minutes. For
Yeah, I know.
example, the lovely Angie who introduced me to you,
Yes, Angie.
the
I've
Celine
sung with her many
Dion.
a time.
Yeah. And she said, oh, do 2 45 minutes or something, or 2 hours or something.
Mm.
3 hours. Goodness
Yeah, sometimes
me.
I go on for 3 hours, yeah. With breaks, I'm not saying all in one go. You do it in breaks. But yes, a lot of songs to put in there because what is a 45-minute? I mean, I don't know, you're doing an hour is about what, 15 songs, something like that, 18 songs maybe. I don't know. But you're singing a lot of songs, a lot of songs. You got to remember all the lyrics, all the timings. And you have to remember, people will say it's a karaoke. It ain't a karaoke, not when you're a performer. yes, you're using backing tracks, but so did the 3 Degrees. They all use backing tracks as well. And, a lot of places use backing tracks. But yeah, it's a lot of songs to sing, lot. Hell of a
Absolute
lot.
key point there, Keith. In the
Yeah.
way I loved that, because most people say, "Oh, you're a glorified karaoke singer,"
Yeah.
But I love the way that you explained it just then, because
It's lovely.
unfortunately
Yeah.
we
I mean,
do
I
get
like I
this,
like
don't we?
karaoke singers. I mean, I love going and watching karaoke singers because I admire anyone who will get up there and have a go. But I never ever do. If I go to a karaoke evening, which is rare, but if I do end up at one, I never get up there and sing ever. I never ever do that. I just feel it's not my place. I shouldn't go up there and do it. I like to see the people who get up there and really have a go, and you watch them and they're enjoying themselves, and that's the enjoyment for me, really.
Uh,
I like to see that.
Absolutely, and that's what it is. It's enjoyment. It
Yeah,
takes you away, takes you what your show, because of the artists you cover. It's escapism that you create
yeah,
the song that they're not going to hear that song anymore unless they play a
no,
record.
that's right. But
What a
I mean,
gift.
a lot of my audiences are older audiences. I mean, they're, sort of older people. And I I like to bring them back. I want them to remember some of the songs I sing and give them good memories as opposed to bad memories. So a lot of the songs I sing, I don't know, if it's Enkel den Humperdinck, I'll do The Last Waltz or Release Me. And the audience I play to remember them really well. And there's not many artists who will cover those songs. So I like to cover them basically so that the audience remembers, all those sort of things that went on in the late 60s or mid 60s or whatever. But like I say, I do 50s, 60s, and 70s. So I cover a whole range of things really,
Well,
so.
as I said, Keith, it's a vast market. You must be asked for a lot of corporate dues and weddings and birthday
Yeah,
events.
yeah, I know, I do. And you can't fit them all in. That's the thing. You can't fit them all in. I hate to say no, but you, sometimes you have to say no because you can't fit them in. But yeah, I love the corporate dues. I like the weddings and I love the birthday parties, anniversaries and stuff like that. And, for people, I mean, I used to, believe it or not, I used to do an Elvis tribute as well with the suit and everything. I don't do it anymore. Don't get me wrong. I don't do that. I leave that to the other guys. I can't find a suit that'll fit me, I don't think. But no, I used to do all that, and I do a lot of Elvis songs as well. So, but it brings back good memories for some people, and that's what I like. It's nice, really. Yeah.
Yeah. And can you share with our audience all the singers that you're covering in your show?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh dear, I cover so many. I mean, you mentioned the Platters. I do Dean Martin, obviously, Tom Jones, a lot of Elvis, Engelbert Humperdinck. I do, oh my goodness, there's so many I cover. Um, I don't know, I do Motown, quite a lot of Motown. I do reggae, soul, that sort of thing. So I cover a huge uh, area and huge genre of people. And they're all sort of chubby checker and people. I mean, some people don't even know who he is. But I do that. I do Cliff Richard and people like that. They're all, a lot of the songs I sing are not covered by artists that I know that go out and sing. They do the usual thing. Everyone does Sweet Caroline, everyone. But it's all the other artists I come up with, like Shaking Stevens and stuff like that. And I pick my songs like with Shaking Stevens, and so I do a whole genre, rock and roll, everything really. I try and cover the whole lot. I give the audience a show. I mean, my show basically is called it's the nostalgic sort of tribute. It's a nostalgic tribute to the 50s, 60s, and 70s, basically, and that's what it is.
It
And
sounds like a fabulous.
Yeah. I love it. I do love it, I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, because you're going out to perform in different places, what is your wardrobe like?
Oh dear. Do you know? I have to tell you, and you will know this. I'm very well known for my jackets, and I go. I have a lot of sequin jackets of different types, colors, everything, and I go to these clubs, and they don't see anyone with a sequin jacket, which are all flashy and everything. But I like to dress up if I'm going to be on the stage. I think it's etiquette and polite to dress up as opposed to go on there in jeans and a t-shirt. I don't think that's right. But each to their own. I don't do that. And I'm very well known for my jackets. And one club in particular, I went on and I thought this time I was going to wear a red jacket. I thought, not sequins, nothing, just the red jacket, and we'll see how it goes. And they stopped the show and they said, well, where's the jacket? They didn't want me to carry on because I didn't have the sequin jacket. And so that's what I've been known to wear. And I don't wear it at every single venue. I pick my venues, but if I do things like a wedding or birthday party or whatever like that, then I'm always dressed well. I dress as if I'm going to be on TV, basically. And I think that's right for the audience. It's right.
I love that. The fact that you dress like people dress for the job. You dress for presenting yourself, because you're the front person. You're the presenting it all. And if you're representing really all these iconic singers and legends, you've got to be in the prestige.
It's got to look right. You've got to look right. Yeah, you must look right. Otherwise, it's just not. But then after the looks, you've got to actually perform it, and you've got to do well. And that's the next bit. So, but yeah, no, it's right. You've got to dress up. Otherwise it's not etiquette in my opinion. You're not treating the audience to a proper show, basically. So that's what I do.
Clearly in every way. What I was going to say, Keith, for anyone who wants to go into this business, it sounds to me, just by talking to you, they have to invest. In what way do they have to invest? And can you give some good advice to anyone that wants to pursue?
The best your money can buy you, basically. But if you're a solo artist and you're looking at a PA, for instance, you've got to invest in really good speakers. I mean, really, really good. And I would always tell someone, choose like 4 or 5 different makes of speaker and go and test them out. And to be honest with you, in the shops, it's very difficult to test a speaker out because there's nothing like you going on stage, nothing. And I would always take someone with me so that I would sing through the speakers and someone I trust is out in the front and saying to me, yep, that sounds okay. No, the mids are no good, the highs are no good, or whatever. But assuming you've actually settled on the speaker, you've got to choose your mic, and your microphone's equally as important as your speakers. And you've got to choose really, really good microphones. So your microphone, your speaker, and then you've got what they call a mixer. And that's another really, really important. I've tested so many mixers you just wouldn't believe. And I've come down to what I use now, and it does well for me now. I'm not into the digital scene because I'm not that clever at that sort of thing. And I don't think I believe I need it. I'm still in the analog thing, but it still sounds great. And so really it's your speakers, your mixer, your microphone that are really, really important. Then you have little add-ons you want, like your, I don't know, your effects. And a lot of effects come with mixers. But you've got to choose the right effect, because by putting an effect on the mixer, it can alter the sound of your what's coming out of your speakers. So you have to be careful. So it'll be a long road, but eventually you can choose really good speakers, really good microphone, good mixer, and then if you're going to put music through an iPad or whatever, choose a good iPad or laptop or whatever, and choose the right app that goes with it. And that's what I did. I mean, it's taken a few years, and I've been through some speakers, and I've settled on the ones I've got now. I'm sure there are many better speakers than I've got. I'm sure there is, but the ones that I've got now are perfect. So, but there's a lot of investing to do. If you want to get it right, you can do it cheap. And most of the people I see have done it cheap, but they don't sound good. So, and like I said earlier, I'm very critical on sound. I'm terrible. I'm very, very critical on sound, and on myself in particular. If my sound isn't right, I can't perform right. It has to be dead on, otherwise I'm not very good on stage. Basically.
You're fully professional, and the fact that there was a lot of golden gems there, and the way that sound is absolute key point, especially for any singer or performer. Sound, if a sound can just make you or break you.
It can, because if you go on the circuit and you listen to a lot of people, their voice is muffled on the microphone, and if it is, you can forget it. That sound is not going to be any good. I don't care what anyone says. Your voice has got to be absolutely crystal clear. You must be able to understand every single word I say. You've got to be able to understand it straight away. And if I played a CD to you, that's what they should be listening to when they listen to my sound. So that's what I strive. So it should be as close as possible to what that CD is playing. So the vocals have got to sit on top of the music, not below the music, on top. So you can hear that vocalist. But a lot of people are very muffled. And I don't know why, but they are. And not all of them. I know a lot of great performers. You listen to Angie. I mean, incredible, that lady. Goodness me. And you listen to her sound. Lovely sound. And you can hear Angie singing. And she's not muffled. Lovely. Very good.
Big shout out to Angie. Angie actually has been on the show twice. And she's going to do a special video, she said, when she's on holiday to the Film and Music show, because she's going to the Maldives next Thursday. So have a great holiday, Angie.
Yes, but Angie, I'm jealous.
Keith, we're going to come to the end of the show. First of all, I want to say thank you for sharing these golden gems. I've never known a performer to have to be able to go with the audience and just have songs as per song and demand. As if they're asking you, oh, can you play this, or can you sing this? And you have it all.
Your
rainbow colored.
A lot of it, but not all of it.
And your rainbow colored glitter jackets. Next time, you'll have to show us your rainbow jackets.
I'll have to put it on.
And it'll be lovely for you to sing as well. Even just brilliant. To show, the different styles of singing. That's really, I feel that would be lovely to have that.
Okay.
So just before we go, Keith, we've got a couple of photos to show. So while Dr. Jacqueline's showing the photos, if you can explain to sort of share with our audience how people can contact you.
Right. I mean, well, that's Facebook, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that Facebook? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, people can message me on Facebook, on Messenger or whatever on Facebook, or my email address is up there, and they can contact me through there. And I think my phone number is somewhere along there as well. So they can contact me in all those ways. I'll be happy to talk to anyone. So it's not a problem.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And I just want to say good luck for 2025. Please do come back on the show with your rainbow jackets and all and everything. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Being a guest on Film and Music Show. And see you next time.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks. And there you have it, everyone. We're coming to a close now. Just want to say thank you. And we're looking forward to an exciting year with the Film and Music Show. Our main sponsor for the Film and Music Show, Audi K. Barrier, international songwriter and lyricist and artist. Just want to say thank you to USA Global TV and radio viewers and YouTube viewers. Please do keep on supporting us. And anyone who would like to come on to USA Global TV and Radio Film and Music Show, please do go onto our website and go on to book your session, and then you will come up to the Film and Music Show. We welcome all creatives, established, non-established, and those who are just sitting out and been dreaming about things. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and thank you so much for the first episode show of 2025 with our wonderful guest, Keith James. Until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.
Have you ever felt unheard? Like your words float into a void, leaving you invisible and disconnected? How about feeling judged, when assumptions overshadow your truth, leaving you misunderstood and defensive? And then there's that moment when someone offers solutions you never asked for, dismissing your feelings and leaving you more frustrated than before. It doesn't have to be this way. Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the listening mentor, understands. She's here to help you reclaim your voice, build stronger connections, and create meaningful conversations that inspire understanding and mutual respect. Through her groundbreaking books, online and in-person courses, and interactive workshops, you'll learn how to navigate life's most challenging interactions. Discover the power of elevated listening and transform how you communicate. Master setting boundaries and asking permission to protect your peace. Learn to recognize and release judgment, fostering empathy and true connection. Dr. Kerbeck also offers personalized coaching, one-on-one or group sessions, designed to fit your unique needs. Whether in person or virtually on StreamYard, her guidance will empower you to thrive. You don't have to struggle alone. The path to deeper connections and better relationships start here. Visit drjacqueline.com or usaglobaltv.com. Join a global community of empowered listeners and transform your life, one meaningful conversation at a time. Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck is the listening mentor. Start your journey today. In a world full of noise, misunderstandings, and interruptions, master the art of listening with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck is the listening mentor of USA Global TV and Radio and the Amazon #1 best-selling author of Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening. Elevate your listening. Elevate your life. Join a global learning experience in person or via Zoom. Reserve your spot today. usaglobaltv.com/book-your-session or drjacqueline.thinkific.com. Join Dr. Kerbeck's listening courses or hire her to unlock deeper connections and authentic conversations.